The Cache Valley Media Group's countdown to the top 25 Aggie football players for the year 2023 moves to number 7, running back Robert Briggs. Robert Briggs is 5'6", 175, a sophomore out of Belleville, Texas, and he is number 7 on our list. Robert Briggs, running back.
Yes, Robert Briggs, the running back. He was the backup running back last year, primary backup to Calvin Tyler Jr. Ran the ball 74 times, 353 yards, 1 touchdown. That touchdown came in his debut as a true freshman. He ran the ball 10 times for 84 yards. 84 yards remains his career high, so he started off with a bang. He actually set the record, Utah State record for most yards, rushing yards, by a true freshman in their debut. So like I said, start off pretty strong. He ended up finishing the year with an injury, so he didn't finish the year because he had an injury. So obviously there's room to build. Obviously with Calvin Tyler Jr. gone, Briggs is the main guy to potentially step up for the Aggies. And certainly, replacing a 1,000-yard rusher, the Aggies have only had 2 1,000-yard rushers in the last decade. Calvin Tyler Jr. is one of them. So there's certainly some big shoes for him to fill. Kind of a question if he'll be able to fill, being 5'6" running back, that's, there's certainly a reason that people have liked running backs to be taller, but at the college level, plenty of players have managed to do it, and I'll be honest, you watch Robert Briggs play, you wouldn't think he was 5'6". Maybe you can tell with your eyes, but with the way he plays, the way he hits players, plows through tackles at times, doesn't play like a 5'6" running back. So he's got some balance there. The ability, he's got some burst, he's got some power. I believe he's added some weight this offseason. And so he's a guy that should be able to play that same way and hopefully not get injured. Because that play style, when you are 5'6", can maybe come back to bite you. Because obviously taking that many hits as someone who's a bit shorter can hurt you a little bit. But I have a lot of confidence in Robert Briggs as a player. There's some doubt for me as far as his ability to stay healthy. But all of last year, I kept wanting Robert Briggs to get more touches. I was wondering why he wasn't getting more touches. I know Calvin Tyler Jr. ended up eclipsing 1,000 yards, but part of that is because they ran him so many times. 253 carries for Calvin Tyler Jr., which was more than like any running back since like the early 2000s and 90s, back when workhorse backs were a lot more common, and the Aggies had a couple of their all-time leading rushers playing in the 90s and early 2000s. So I think Robert Briggs should be able to improve this season, take on the role of lead back. I think there'll certainly be some questions whether or not he's able to take most of the carries, because we just watched Davon Booth and Razul Faison play really well in the scrimmage. But I think Robert Briggs will be able to take the reins of that running back position and make a lot out of it. I mean, for one, he averaged 4.8 yards per carry last year, which, had he qualified for the leaderboards, he didn't quite meet the statistical requirements to be on the leaderboards. You have to average like 10 carries a game and play 75% of your team's games. He played the 75% of team games, but he only averaged like 7 carries a game. But had he qualified, and so he was only a little shy of qualifying for the leaderboards, he would have been 9th in yards per carry. Pretty solid running back in terms of his efficiency. And so I think he did that as a true freshman. Since 2000, he's one of 2 freshmen at Utah State to average 4.8 yards per carry or better on at least 70 carries. So certainly there's a lot of potential there with Robert Briggs. And I kind of mentioned this at the beginning. I was kind of teasing and giving a slight hint as far as who number 7 would be. And, I mentioned it was because he'd made a watch list. And the watch list that Robert Briggs made was the Earl Camber Tyler Rose Award watch list. It's given to basically the best offensive player who has a tie to Texas. That's basically the award. It's given to the top offensive player, and you have to meet one of the following criteria. Born in Texas, graduated from a Texas high school, played at a Texas junior college, or currently playing for a Division I college in Texas. Briggs meets at least one of those. I don't know exactly where he was born, but he graduated from Belleville High School in Belleville, Texas. So that's Robert Briggs. He wears number 2 on the Aggies, but he's number 7 on list of top 25 Aggies.